Hello everyone, ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the Mythic Legions Wave 1.0. This is Otho. Otho, I gotta say, as far as character designs go, I really love the way that Otho is set up. I think he looks really cool. I like his little backstory. I think it's cool that he's kind of caught in between two brothers, one being his very best friend and another guy that he is 100% loyal to as far as duty is concerned. As he serves Attila, he is Atlas's best friend, and he's trying to figure out why Atlas decided not to take the throne and handed it over to Attila. They're trying to figure that out. I think that's mostly revealed in his bio, and it's also revealed in Mythic Legions comic book issue number 1. He is a very dominant character in issue number 1. I think he's actually seen the most out of anybody. I think even Queen Artemis in that comic book. He's actually one of the few characters that actually have lines in that between him and Artemis. But he's really cool. I think he's a little bit underrated as far as a lot of how other collectors feel about this figure. I know I feel like he's kind of been put on the back burner, and I feel like he's got one of the coolest head sculpts, to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of really cool orc head sculpts, and there's a lot of cool mythical head sculpts that we have with Mythic Legions. But when it comes to a great human head sculpt, I think this is one of them. It is a little bit on the large side. Yeah, I'll give you that. But Otho here, he's one of the very few, I want to say, African-American black characters that we actually get with Mythic Legions. And I think it's nice that they did a really good job. Eric Treadway did a really great job on this head sculpt. I love the dreads, how they're kind of all bound up right there. It looks really good. I don't know what it is about this character. I love the blue with the nice charcoal gray, and then he's got like a nice little like bronze and some gold trimming going throughout all of his armor here, as we can see. It looks really good. I'm very just pleased the overall fun factor and aesthetics of this figure. I do want to give props to Andrew O'Donoghue, my close neighbor, because I'm from Buffalo, New York, and we're so close to Canada. My close neighbor of Andrew O'Donoghue for helping me find this guy. He didn't need this figure anymore. He didn't want this figure anymore. And he knew that I was looking for it. He actually sought me out. And on the Mythic Legions fan page. This is why you guys need to go join the Mythic Legions fan page. I think it's one of the really good fan pages. Everyone's really nice, respectful to each other. Collectors usually are pretty good about helping out people looking for things. And go join it. I mean, it's free to do, and it takes 2 seconds, and it can actually make your life a little bit easier if you're looking for something. Okay, first up for accessories, Otho really comes with a total of 4 accessories total. He comes with this modular battle axe, which is complete right here. The only thing it's missing is this extra little, I guess, spike. You want to put it that way. But you can set this up pretty much any way you want. You can put this here if you want, like that. You can take the spike off here, come on, or on the top. And you can set this up any way you want. There are 2 of the same spikes, the girthier ones, and then we have the little smaller one. Personally, I like the dual battle axe look with the spike on the bottom, and then I usually put one of the girthier spikes on top. That's just what I prefer. You can set it up any way you want, but I really like the metallic blue that this thing has with a dark charcoal gray. It looks really good, I think. It does bring out the charcoal gray with the blue, and then we got some gold studs for the blades portion. Looks really cool. I like the design also. It's just that I think there's a reason why we don't see these battle axes anymore. I think they got the notion that they do stretch out the hands. They do cause some issues with the other figures. So as much as I do like the design, I think it's a weapon that I don't really necessarily find myself having a character use unless it's like Asteron or a larger figure. Maybe one of the ogres coming out. Maybe I'll have them because maybe they have larger hands, but I don't find myself using this too much. Okay, next up we've got this shorter sword as opposed to the same old sword, which we'll get to in a second. It's got this very dark, I want to say pearlescent, flaked blade. Very nice dark pearlescent gray. Very deep looking, but it's got a nice little glimmer to it. Looks really good. Very pleased with how this both the swords turned out, but this one also. It's got a nice metallic blue for the handle, and then it's pretty much got the same type of gray for the blade and the handle guard. Looks really good, though, nonetheless. Okay, and last up we have his longer sword right here, the larger sword. I guess you'd call this maybe a broadsword. I'm not sure. But it looks really good. Same type of gray flaked plastic for the charcoal gray plastic, for the blade and the handle guard and the butt. And then same nice metallic blue for the handle. Okay, as far as sculpt and detail go, Otho looks really great. I'm very pleased with how he turned out, especially that head sculpt. I think it looks fantastic. He looks like a badass. Like I said, it is rather on the large side, even for these thicker bodies. But I can look past that. I think it looks really good. I really like the, like I said, the gold trimming going throughout the armor. And with the gold trim, we also have that nice bronze in between the gold trim. It looks really good just going throughout all of the little design right here. It's pretty much around, I want to say around the same type of armor, same type of body as Sir Gideon Heavensbrand. I think even the shoulder pauldrons are exactly the same. Obviously, the collar piece is different. We've seen that with the Knight Legion Builder, Deluxe Legion Builder, from Wave 1 as well. I like the blue. I think that sets him apart. I think it really helps the rest of the armor pop. That head sculpt is gorgeous. I love it. Absolutely fantastic. He does have some blue eyes, which is really cool. And then we've got the dreads look really good as well. I like the little, hair wrap for the dreads. And then turning around to the back, all the dreads do have like a little bit of paint shading going throughout as well. I want to say it's almost like a little bit of a light blue paint shading going throughout these dreads. Really helps bring out the black and the detail in the dreads. The beard looks really good. The eyes are centered beautifully. The skin tone looks really good. Like I said, the armor, beautiful sculpt for the armor. We've seen this plenty of times before with other armored characters. Just to give a quick little comparison on the bodies, the pauldrons, pretty much everything. Obviously, the paint apps are going to be different on Sir Gideon Heavensbrand than Otho over here, but it is using a lot of the same parts. But obviously, you can tell even by paint scheme, by sculpt, the head sculpt alone, they do differentiate from each other. But back to sculpt and detail, though. I'm really pleased with how he turned out. Here's the back of Otho. I don't really have any paint chipping issues with him. That was kind of a cause for concern with Wave 1 was a lot of the paint flaking off, especially in between the elbows where you can notice with a lot of figures that were skin-toned, maybe didn't have armor. With these armored bodies, you didn't really have that much of an issue. Even back here, I don't have any issues with him, any paint chipping off or flaking off or cracking or breaking or anything like that. So no issues with that at all. And overall, really pleased with his sculpt and detail. Okay, as far as his articulation does go, his head can swivel side to side. It is a little bit hindered due to his dreadlocks. His head can look up. It can look down about that far. We can tilt a little bit side to side. A little bit of jive turkey, just a little, not a lot. And then the arms go up about that far, down. You can do a full 360 rotation at the arm. Obviously, the shoulder pauldron you would have to take off to get that fluid range of motion right there. A single bend at the elbow, less than 90 degrees right there. And then he does Goes straight about that far. He does have also a swivel at the elbow, a swivel at the gauntlet, a swivel at the wrist, which is actually pretty tight. Does have a hinge joint which go back and forth. He can crunch back. He can crunch forward. He can pivot side to side. He can also swivel, and that's pretty much it for the upper torso. He can do the splits nicely. Really good job with the splits. Legs go forward. Legs go back. He does have an upper thigh swivel, a single jointed knee, which is about 90 degrees. And then he does have a swivel at the knee. He can point the heel. He can point the toe. And he does have a swivel at the ankle, and then ankle pivot, and 2 peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Okay, as far as Otho's packaging does go, it's your basic Wave 1 single-carded packaging right here. It's got the nice Mythic Legions logo up on the upper right. On the left, it says mythiclegions.com, sourcehorseman.com, which is the forum, and storehorseman.com. It's got the Mythic Legions logo down below in the center. Flipping it around to the back, you've got some other figures shown, depicted on the left-hand side. And then we got some nice card artwork on the back. And on this side, we've got Otho's clan logo. On the other side, we've got a picture of Otho. And there is his read-up. If you want to pause it and read it, you can. Okay, as far as size comparisons go, we've got 2 Marvel Legends here. On the left, we've got Luke Cage on the Hyperion body mold. On the right, we've got Multiple Man on the Bucky Cat body mold. Okay, next up we've got 2 female Marvel Legends. On the right we've got Valkyrie, and on the left we've got Psylocke. Okay, next up we've got a WWE Elite figure in Shawn Michaels on the left, and on the right we've got a DC Universe Classics Hawkman. Okay, next up we've got a Spawn the Dark Ages action figure on the left, and we've got a NECA Hicks from the Aliens line. And last up, of course, we've got a Motu Classics in Vicor on the left, and on the right, we've got Sir Gideon Heavensbrand. Okay, so my final thoughts for Otho is definitely a 2 thumbs up. I definitely recommend you pick him up. I think he's a unique-looking character. I think he's going to be a strong point as far as the story progressing down the road for Mythic Legions. I really like his backstory. I think it's cool that he's kind of, like I said, he's kind of caught in between a rock and a hard place as far as his best friend and the guy that he's loyally serving as far as his leader. Yeah, I would definitely recommend picking him up. I think he's a fantastic figure. I love the little addition of this cape right here. And if you are curious as to where you can pick this up, you can actually pick it up on an eBay store. I will link the video at the end of this, pretty much at the end of my segue right here to my closing arguments for Otho. It'll be in the end of this video if you want to check that out. Also, to say about Otho is that I think the weaponry he comes with is pretty on point. I would like to eventually get him his own kind of sword. I feel like if you're a higher ranking officer, I mean, you kind of maybe want your own sword, something unique for him. I'm trying to make this figure as more unique as possible, but that head sculpt really sells me. I love the way it looks, and the custom cape just makes this figure that much better, I think. And but yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications until you see 2 little parentheses hanging over the bell. Hit the like button. If you don't want to hit the like button, you want to hit the dislike button, that's cool too. But that's pretty much it for me, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.